evening. This is an unannounced noise show. I got this one, and I'm going to get to learn it. I haven't tried it more than yesterday evening, and I don't know much about it, but I have an idea of what I'm going to do. So let's start. Perhaps I should mention that I will try to use the effects in the Polyend Synth only, but I may add some more effects using the night verb, like this. But to start with, I will use the Polyend Synth alone. I can't remember all the scenes. There was some that was very good, and I did make a note. But where's that note now? Here. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay, that's a bad note. It's only about some patches I wanted to get. Okay, let's try this one and see how it goes. Perhaps I should check if anyone is watching, if it's running at all on YouTube. Let's see. Seems to be running, and I am watching. Okay, I didn't announce it, so that may be why. But hopefully someone will turn up. So whatever I make of mistakes right now, it doesn't matter. To know what's on the different pads is a little difficult. So lots of the playing is try and fail and try again. But that's also part of the fun. You don't really know what you're going to do. I may know it in a week, but not yet. Looking for another thing. Perhaps I should go to presets instead of scenes. This is more like it. You don't know the scales and all that stuff. Let's see. A few things that is not really thought through about this unit. For example, the shift button. Right now I have to perform a shift from this position and those two buttons, and I would like to do it while I'm playing, but my fingers are not long enough, so that's a bit stupid. Either the shift button should be in the middle or the button should be all on one side. But that's just a detail. So I don't know how to change engine on voice or oscillator. These are the three oscillators or voices, and each can have more than one voice, and you have to be careful if you are using glitching things, because it will fast be too hard for the CPU, so it will begin clicking. I haven't tried the clicking yet, but again, I'm only starting. Hi David, good to see you. Let's see, I have to find out how to change that engine. It would be nice. Model. Oh, that's cloud and burst. It was not that difficult. Shift an engine. Shift on the bottom engine. Then where I can change engines. And I would like to go to this one. Renoiser. Throat. And notice the button here is white. That's because it's latched, so you can push shift 2 times to kill a latch, and you can hold it and then press the key you want to latch. And that's good when you are browsing, so you can find what you're looking for. Right now it's only the Polyend Synth effect engine. I'm not using the night mode. And since I'm inside a scene, I have already made the effects, or taken the effects from a stored scene, and therefore I can browse and hear it all with these effects without them changing. So that's what I'm doing now. Try another engine. like an accordion. You're sometimes right and sometimes not. I mean, the way you control it, except that it's not heavy and yeah. But there are some scenes where when you change a note, you will change the scale on the other oscillators in that scene, like this. These two doesn't, but this one does. And therefore, you only have to learn a few notes, and always follow them, and then you can just change the scale here, and you will play some other notes, but always correct. That's quite nice. Well thought of Polyend. About the keys for playing notes, they are touch sensitive, so you have velocity, but you also have aftertouch, and you have polyphonic aftertouch. So it's a nice controller too for other gear and for itself. So there are a few things you can do on it. That's a nice title. I see little nice. very fascinating, the Polyend synth. I won't say it's it may be, but I'm not at all using it as a normal synth. I'm using it for these weird things, but again, an hour or two yesterday, and since I started the show today, that's my experience with it. So we will expand. I plan to do a noise show on Saturday too, where I will play more with it, and hopefully be much better. That show will be announced. This one was just impulsive. So Saturday at, I think it will be the usual time, 8 p.m. UK time. But let's continue here. Man. So do I. Tomorrow is I don't know if it's everywhere like that. I know it's in Germany and Denmark. It's a holy day tomorrow. The launch of some guy who went up, according to some scripts, and we're not going to work. That's what I love about those days. Right now, I'm only editing this part, the third part. Some call it a color. I don't know what to call that color. Purple or something. Some say magenta. I don't know. To me, it's just a color. So mostly when people speak about the different oscillators in this machine, they talk about or parts. If you compare it to a Roland multitemporal synth, then it's parts. So part 1, part 2, part 3, part 1, part 2, part 3. But in most videos, people call them the blue one and the yellow one and the magenta one. I don't know. I haven't named them yet. I just use them. Um, but what I was saying is that I have selected the magenta one by pushing this button before I went into this browsing menu, engine menu. So this is the one I'm editing, and all the others stays the same until I change it. But then I have to exit the browser to change to another oscillator. Let's see. There are these buttons which controls the parameters on a page where you see a matrix of 9, 3 by 3. That's for these buttons. And then there are some macros. I don't know if they call them macros, but right now I call them macros. And that's these 3 buttons. And that's the ones which are assigned in a patch to something. The ones that I'm turning now while I'm browsing each patch or sound in the web patch. And some doesn't really make a sound, and maybe it's because when I latched it on a low velocity. Let's find out. Doesn't change much. The aftertouch changes nothing either. I don't know why, but some are like that. It may be because they are used in a scene somewhere, and instead of setting the levels in the scene setup, it's set in the patch or preset, which is not the wrong way to do it. Let's see, next one. That's a funny name you have. A chatter called Awkward Teeth and Hair Productions. Funny name. Thank you and welcome. Hope you enjoy the noise show. Actually, the values you see here when I turn these knobs, the names, the names timbre, that's what this macro is assigned to, the timbre. So if you go into, let's get out of this, how do you do that? Yeah. So if we go into the engine and we are on the last engine, and we find the timbre. There should be a timbre somewhere. Let's see. Well, I'm not a pro yet, so I don't know where it is, but it's somewhere. I'll find it one day. Okay, let's continue browsing the engine. Oh, that's a bad thing. I was browsing and I was down at, you can see Renoiser Throat. I was down at that preset. And now it has reset the browser, so I'm at the start. I should be down at that position in the list. That's a bad thing. Polyend, do that better. Okay, so down to Renoiser. And of course that's not even the name. So where am I? Okay, let's see. I remember I see Dead Mice and then and one of them. Another thing I would like to have on it is some quantizing, so when it's possible, it's there, and I don't know about it yet. I don't know. But quantizing, so when I play, I'm not completely on the beat. I'm really terrible at hitting the beat. So I would love it to quantize when I play. I guess the Renoiser Throat is a scene name and not the preset name. I don't know why they show that when you are in the engine browser for a preset. That's stupid too. Polyend, fix it. But you're probably not watching my video. As we can hear, it's the same arpeggio. So I haven't learned anything about the sequence or arpeggiator or anything like that in this Polyend synth yet. But I guess it's assigned to the scene. So when you do an arp or sequence, it's part of the scene, which means you can make 3 sequences per scene, And by the way, I have seen a video where it was demonstrated that you can play and you can sequence an ARP. So you can play an ARP on a note, and then you can sequence some notes. So you have a different, no, the same ARP but on different notes, like playing the notes. Let's move on. I hope I can make a scene myself on Saturday. Then I will do something less rhythmic and more ambient. I do have some more plans, but I'm not sure they will be possible Saturday, but let's see. I also have to focus on this one first. Right now I'm browsing a little faster through the engine web presets because I want to try another engine. I know the ACD is I don't know. It's more like a normal synth. Perhaps I should check the manual. It's actually a nice manual. Now it's time to open it. that's strange when I change between mixer and effects, or go into the effects and go into the mixer. It resets the macros here. That's not good. I am running the latest firmware. I just updated it yesterday, so it is on the latest. But they are doing new firmwares with some months between, half a year or something like that, and they are improving things which didn't work before, which are working now, but there are still some bugs, surely. But it's, if you know about those bugs, you may be able to work around them, some of them. This one is bad, because you would like in a live environment to change the effects and then go back. So to use this live, you would have to ignore the macros, don't change the macros, and then change the effect, and then after that you can play with the macros. That's yeah. Let's see. I'd like to turn down the level a little bit on. Here we go. Oh, that's a lot. But why? Sounds like it's the level of the oscillator. Oh, I'm in the mixer probably. Yeah. It's a send I have to turn down, not the level of the oscillator. You have 3 effect slots. The first one is called mod, and that's of course for chorus and flanging and stuff like that. The second one is called delay, and you know what to do there. And the last one is reverb. So that's the effect engines you have. I don't know if they call them engines, but that's the effect slots you have. I don't know if it goes from left to right, so everything is routed that way, and if you can change the routing, I don't know. I will find out later. Yeah, let's continue. This screen is on the mixer where I'm at the sense still would love. It's these 9 buttons which corresponds to these 9 parameters. I would still like to be able to switch mod between mod and delay and so on, so I could rule them different. It doesn't look like it's possible, but again, I'm not sure, but right now I don't think so. Okay, back to the engines. There. Oh, that was here. Back here. Oh. There. And then it goes to the top again, which is not smart. This time it says 90s bass. So am I changing this one? No, I'm not. So was it on 90s bass? No, there's nothing called 90s bass. Numbers should be at the beginning. Where do they come up with that name from? Let's look at the engines. It is called 90s bass. So it's probably the stored name. Yeah, I think so. Okay, back to pricing the engines. And that wasn't it. Or was it? That's the CPU overload, those clicks you hear. If I go back to the engine, of course it forgets what I'm doing, but if I go back here, there should be a place where I can set the number of voices. Perhaps it's not here. Perhaps it's on the scene. It should be. Logically, it should be on the engine. But it's not. I don't know where to do that. Yeah, I will learn that. There's a few things I still need to learn. Okay, now I will change you to an engine called PHC, and that's a Casio engine. I have had a Casio CZ something many years ago. I can't remember if it was 1000 or whatever it was called. It had a broken key, and I tried to open it up to fix it, and it turned out it had so many layers of circuit boards, so I closed it again and it still worked, so I kept it like that. It was only that key that didn't work. Yeah. Okay, let's see. This one may remind me of the Casio, but not much. The others didn't at all. It didn't remind me that much of the Casio. Perhaps when I try to edit something myself. I remember some special basses, a bit in the FM direction, but still not at all like DX7 basses. They have their own sound. Okay, let's try the grain engine. That may be fun. Maybe I should find out how to kill that sequence, though it is good for demoing for listening to it. Let's see, let's browse through the pages. That's the sequence, it's on. The sequence is off. The ARP is off now. I don't get that. Why? Sequence off. I don't understand that. The way it browses between pages. There are 3 pages, but if I turn the sequence on, it browses to the next page, and it shouldn't do that with that button. Here I'll take the ARP off, and that should be that button, and that goes back to sequence off. I don't understand that one. That's weird. Let's see, and now it's on because I browse the normal way. Okay, the sequence, let's turn that off. There I can. Okay, still I don't understand. Okay. To learn those scales, but again, if you change to another scene, it might be another scale they have set up there. So yeah, that's something you have to do yourself. Andy is here. I have to find out how to add him to the stream. Let's see. Hang on, Andy. Hang on. Yeah, that's fun. Okay, let's go over here for a second. Guest one should be Andy, but I can't see him. Let's see. Strange. Okay, I don't know. Okay, he hung up. So we'll try again. Let's see. There you are.
Man, this software sucks. I tried 3 different browsers on my computer, and it didn't want to use the camera or the microphone. I reset it a bunch of times, so I had to use my stupid phone.
Yeah.
And now it won't let me turn the camera off. I just want to sit here and chat.
Yeah.
And there's no way to turn the stupid camera off. All you can do is choose a camera. So it's a very silly system.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. I have to learn it too. When I do the Saturday shows, I usually use both Ecamm and StreamYard.
Well, StreamYard has its issues as well with connectivity, but this is the worst I've used yet. I tried, like I said, Opera, Edge, and Chrome, and went and reset permissions and everything, and it still wouldn't let me connect. It kept saying, connection is like they're not trusted devices or whatever. I'm like, what is this nonsense? So it's so basic, It's just
I have to find out how to add you here. It must be possible somehow. Yeah. Oh, we're missing some of it.
Let me turn it sideways.
I'll do it in the other screen, and then How do I add you here?
So I only caught a little bit of this. How do you like this thing so far? Is it pretty good?
Yeah, the Polyend Synth. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's very good. It's yeah, but so far I'm still browsing. And learning a few things, but I don't know everything yet. Hang on, I have to find you here and add you.
Yeah, you have very limited editing on it, right? It's kind of like the Novation Circuit.
Yeah.
Macro knobs to control various things, but not a lot of deep editing, right?
Yeah, but I'm not there yet. So far I'm
Yeah.
browsing and listening to all the things it can do, and then I find some limits. But as a synthesizer, as a no as a groove box, I won't call it a groove box. I will call it a more an ambient um, drone box in a way.
Yeah.
That you can play.
So there are percussion modes, but it's mainly meant as a synth kind of samplery thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on, I have to see if I can remove you from the big screen again. Let's see.
Yeah, get my mug off of there.
Yeah. And do it without hanging on off. Yeah, hanging. Yeah. Let's see, and there you are. Yeah. Now it's beginning to work. And then let's make this a little bigger. We can make you bigger.
Oh no!
Yeah.
No!
So how are you doing?
Usual. Just gearing up for Living Dead weekend, so trying to get some money together and make sure everything goes without a hitch. So, be exciting. It's exciting stuff. Lots of for those who are interested in live videos and tours of location sites and other coverage of the actual event as it goes. Signal permitting, I'll do as much live as I can. But like any structure, the mall and some areas around there have spotty signal, so I'll have to do some local videos and upload them later, like I did last time.
So it's the mall where they did the movie.
1978, Dawn of the Dead, Monroeville Mall, and because fucking Walmart bought it, probably later this year they'll either demolish it or change it so much it won't be the same anymore. So this will be, everyone's going to shed a tear who's a fan of this stuff.
Yeah. That
Walmart wins again. They're destroying mom and pops, and now they're destroying icons of movie history, and
but
a cool place to gather too.
It's a thing we learn when growing up, that things are not static.
No, they're not. But at the same time, it's, there's something to be said for, keeping things that mean something to people and not just pure commerce, pure capitalism. But Walmart is purely capitalism. They don't even give a shit about quality. They don't even, if you've ever been to a Walmart, if you've been to this country, they don't carry a wide variety of good stuff. They carry a lot of cheap, sweatshop type material. The food selection is weak. Everything they have, it's like they have sporting goods, they have minimal amounts of furniture, they have, food, they have clothing, all the usual stuff you'd have under like a superstore.
Yeah.
But everything is watered down. It's when you offer too much and you offer like the poor quality stuff to make it cheap, unless you're just totally broke, which, I've been from time to time, I still try to avoid those stores because I don't want to support something that destroys character, right? I like mom and pop shops. I like brick and mortar stores that were doing all kinds of stuff. Yeah. And of course, Amazon, other companies online have helped to destroy those as well. But Walmart really came in and just demolished the store going experience for a lot of people. They'll come into an area, just take over, and the prices are low. The selection is wide enough that people go, oh, I don't want to go to 3 or 4 different stores to get stuff. I'll go under one roof, get everything pretty cheap, but at the end of the day, they're buying garbage,
Yeah.
And there's no character, there's no soul to the store, and so part
We
of the
have the
shopping
same kind of
experience is
shops here.
personalities,
Yeah. Yeah.
and supporting local businesses, and
Yeah.
they're just a giant behemoth that's unstoppable.
Yeah.
So very sad.
Yeah. Yeah. But not uncommon.
No, not at all. I mean, obviously around the world, I'm sure a lot of companies are doing the same thing, but
Yeah.
not that capitalism has ever been a positive thing for the most part, unless you're a business owner or some fat cat. But at least you want to have variety. You want to have some personality in the places you go. You develop relationships with the sellers, with the store owners, and they know your name. It's just it's kind of like Cheers, right? Where everybody knows your name.
Yeah.
And you come in there, everyone's familiar. They have stuff you like. The people are cool, and it gives you that kind of warm fuzzy. You go shop in stores that you like, and you're supporting a business you can really get behind.
Yeah.
But when you're left with only, like, we were in Hawaii a few months ago, maybe 6 months ago, something like that, and on the island of Kauai, the only major store in the area other than Costco was Walmart.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to get some kitchen supplies, because we had like a kitchenette in a little kind of hotel room thing. So to save money, we did some cooking in the place, and the only place nearby that had any kind of food and other basic essentials was goddamn Walmart.
Yeah.
So, oh, is that one of the presets? That's wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's that called? I can't read it from here.
It's called Bottle Roll.
Wow, that sounds great. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I will say for the price, if you like doing just a tiny bit of ambient or strange stuff, get it. It's worth it.
How much was it in euros? What was it?
I can't remember in euros.
Or what have you paid for it?
Hang on, I'll look it up. I bought it at Toman, I think. Yeah. Let's see.
So you got 3 parts, right?
Yeah.
3 parts, and how much polyphony per part?
Totally, I think it's 8. So it's not a lot. It's not a lot, but it's enough to make big scapes.
Should at least give you like 4 per part, you'd think, right? Like chords on 2 of them, and then room to play around on another one.
Yeah, you can redefine all that.
I know, but I mean, 8 would have been. Like 12 would have been better, I think, or something like that, a little higher.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
In this day and age, 8 is awfully low.
You have to limit yourself. The CPU is not unlimited, and you tend to make it advanced. So it's good to have limits. I think it's okay.
Well, sure. I mean, just like Machina Plus, as you know, the quad-core Atom processor isn't a beast, so you do have to limit yourself, and that keeps your stuff from being too busy, which is good, right? But I don't know. With
here the
I can still do lots of polyphony, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, the price is just below 500, 479. No,
this will definitely be on my list at some point. I know the original demos didn't sound so good for whatever reason. A lot of the videos coming out, they sounded kind of.
There was an update 3 months ago which solved a lot of trouble, and all the demos since then. Most of them sounds wonderful.
Because when the circuit came out, not everybody liked the circuit because the Nova engine has its character, and it can be pretty warm at times, but it is also very digital, and it's not for everybody. But you know, with the right amount of time and using the filters and tweaking some stuff, you get some pretty awesome stuff out of the Nova engine. So it's just a question of taking some time with it.
Yeah, I'm a virgin. So
Yeah, this would be the first Polyend thing I would buy, I would think, because the other stuff is interesting, but yeah, I'm not too sure about some of the other ones.
no. This is nice. Ecam. Um, in the I made an update before starting the show. I thought now it's saying ready to install. I'm in the middle
Oh,
of a stream.
lovely.
Yeah,
So this is it's velocity and aftertouch, or just velocity?
velocity and polyphonic aftertouch.
Oh, it does. Okay, cool. Oh, so it's even better then.
I think
Yeah, so
it's.
definitely the best thing they make then, I would say, at this point.
Hang on, I have to try. I have to find one which is polyphonic.
I'm not into
The
trackers that much,
aftertouch.
so I didn't want to get the other ones.
Yeah, it's polyphonic.
Nice.
Polyphonic aftertouch. So it's a good controller for other stuff too. Um, I will
Cool.
try, if possible, on Saturday. I will try to combine it with a torso S4, um, and then it will be really weird. Do you know the torso?
Combined with what?
A
Oh, the torso.
torso.
Oh, you got that
Yeah.
too? Oh, those are cool. Yeah.
It's in the mail.
Generative, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's
So I'm
interesting.
looking
Yeah.
forward to that too. So, and then
Yeah.
it will be a while before I get something else. Then
This camera's so
I
close, my
have this
head's
to
all
do.
distorted now. I look like a pinhead.
Uh,
This wide angle
well,
camera.
we're just preparing for the event at the
Yeah,
moment.
torso does seem like an interesting thing.
Yeah.
I have not had a chance to even touch one, but I like the concept
Um.
of it.
Yeah,
So,
and it's a Danish company, so I will
I didn't know
contact
that.
them when I have it and and when I know it, uh, and do some interviews or invite them to the
Nice.
stream. Yeah. So
That's cool.
yeah, maybe even
So,
visit them.
how many hours have you been playing with this thing?
This one,
Yeah.
yeah. The stream has been on for 1.5 hour and then an hour yesterday. That's the
Okay.
time. So I'm a virgin.
But first
Uh,
impressions, you really dig it.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
a lot, a lot.
That's cool. Nice.
And
I forgot. Does it have a battery pack, or do you have to use a power bank?
power bank.
Power bank. Okay.
Uh,
That's no big deal. Yeah.
I'm sure it's no batteries.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, and actually, the battery that no, not the battery, the power supply. Uh, it went down when I tried to switch it on for the second time. So
Oh, really?
yeah, I don't know why, but now I'm
Hmm.
using one of my own power supplies and it works fine.
Yeah.
So, so one of the nice things is you can load your own samples and all that stuff. So you can
Oh, that's
do
cool.
lots of things with
SD card or through a computer?
SD card, micro
Oh,
SD.
excellent. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So they made that like the Machina Plus. Then you just put an SD card there. Go to
yeah,
town.
yeah, yeah. Um,
Wonder how complicated that is standalone to do anything.
I don't know yet. But of course, if you want to put things into by the way, there's no, as I remember it. Oh, well, that's a weak land. Um, there are no inputs for audio on the
Yeah. No
device.
direct sampling.
No,
And no
so
no through. You can't use through anything.
I don't know yet.
Well, there's no
Perhaps
input.
USB.
You can't process the stuff. Yeah, maybe USB, but that's less fun.
Yeah.
So
You can process what you have on the SD card. I don't know. Yeah, you can do a USB drive function. So you can transfer to the device like that.
the
Um,
screen there, is it always text or does it change to like a graphic mode for pads?
um, on, for example, filter, it's like this.
Okay,
So
so that maybe you can map the samples pretty easily then. I bet it
yeah,
has some kind of a pad mapping function.
yeah. Maybe I don't know.
Because if it doesn't, that'd be a nightmare, right? You got to count like A1, B2, like which pads.
Yeah, we can try this one. Uh, okay, let's see. Let's see. Doesn't look like that's a place to edit it.
Is there a destination option or mapping
Mm,
option or something like that? Whatever they call it.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Let's try effects. Okay, the effects is on this. Ah,
Yeah,
that was
some
one of
cool
my
graphics there.
complaints before, that you have to use two hands to go to effects, because it's this button and this button, but it's
Oh
also
yeah.
on the filter, so you can get into the effects that way. I
Oh,
didn't know
nice.
that. Yeah. I wonder if the scene is too. Uh, nah, no, it's not. That's a modulation, I think. Yeah, that. Yeah, that's. Let's see.
Are there chord functions between those buttons and the pads themselves? Like, is it
Um,
screened? Are there screened letters or numbers or anything around the pads, or are they just meant for performance?
um, I don't know what you mean.
Are using them as shift functions, the pads plus those buttons.
I don't know. No. If you use shift on them, you are latching them.
Okay.
No, you're latching if you use shift.
Okay. Because if they did that, that would be really deep, but also a lot of stuff to remember. So,
Yeah, indeed.
because a lot of
But
things have the stuff screened over a key or over a pad or
yeah,
whatever.
but there's still three buttons with
Yeah.
when you use shift, so it's possible. And the main menu, where you can set a lot of things. Ah, that's where the macros are, and that's where they are named and set up. Yeah, okay. Scene settings, program change mapping. No, that's not. Grid. Ah, yeah. The blue grid, the yellow grid, and the magenta. Um, and there you also set the scale for the grid. That's a
Yeah.
problem when you change scene. Then you have another scale sometimes.
Can you have mixed tempos per section, or is it master
Um,
tempo for everything? Like, is it all 4/4,
I think
or
it's
can
the
you do
same.
all kinds of stuff?
I think it's the same tempo. Let's go into the sequencer. Um, and yeah, I just think it follows the tempo button. Um,
Can you do custom time signatures or just 4/4?
I don't know. That's groove. That's humanize. That's rate.
Because that was the problem with the Force for the longest time, is it could only do 4/4.
Uh, I don't know. I don't know. Um, mm, no, I don't think you can do polyrhythms. You can do that, but that was not what you meant. Um,
Well,
I
that's
don't
part of it
think.
too, but just the main thing
Yeah,
is to have an
yeah,
alternate tempo.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
for world music, you got to have different tempos.
yeah, yeah. I don't think that's possible. but again,
Yeah.
if you use a sample and you have sampled a beat, you can always play them at different notes and
Yeah.
speeds. So
Yeah, because the
so
sampling it's old school sampling, right? It's not stretch sampling. It's actually speed as pitch.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. I think so. I'm still a virgin. So
No, I'm just saying that's unfortunate. That's how most things still are. The OP series from Teenage Engineering. The most things are still kind of old school sample,
yeah.
not something like the Akai's and some other samplers had intelligent time stretch, so
No.
you could actually have pitch changes without Munchkin voice, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Um. I don't think you shall think of it like that. It's each engine can do different things, and there are the granular blah, I can't pronounce it.
And
So
the three modes are fixed. Each one is a specific engine, always.
um, yeah, you have you three engines, yeah, and you have in the manual here there's 8, but there's lots more since the manual was printed. So
Okay.
so I
So you could have all
can
three colors being exactly the same engine if you wanted to.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Um, and I think it's in where is it? I didn't find where you can assign the voices. It must be in the scene somehow. Um,
It's probably some convoluted thing like most products.
yeah. Uh,
No, but you get the workflow, it'll be okay.
yeah. Yeah. I don't know much about it yet. I'm
Yeah.
not there yet. But I like it.
But one other thing I noticed on early demo, somebody had a week after it came out was easy clipping. It got clipped nasty very easily.
Yeah.
Did they fix that issue?
Um, yeah, but that's by I think it's by limiting. Why can't I speak today? It's annoying. um, I think it's why they have made the option to limit the voices.
I
Um,
mean, limiting is good, but you don't want to have to use limiter all the time. It shouldn't just clip so easily. You know what I mean?
yeah, but it is quite advanced. So um, I think they've made the engines to the limit, and sometimes it goes across that.
Like it's
Um,
nice when, like on certain synths where you turn past 12 o'clock on a dial and you're starting to overdrive. That's cool,
yeah,
but
I
you
don't
don't
see it as a
want.
bug. I don't see it as a
Yeah.
bug. I see it as
Okay.
uh, you have the option to do wild things, but if you do the wild things, you have to limit yourself and stop doing other wild things at the same time.
Yeah.
So
It become a true noise box after a while.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Um,
Unintentional noise box. Yeah.
yeah. I want to learn where you set the voices. Sense. Ah, there.
And it's all the basic effects, right? Chorus, flanging, delay, reverb, blah blah
Yeah,
blah, all the standard. Yeah.
yeah. When you go into the main menu by pressing the encoder, um, you can go into Sense. There you set the number of voices you want to use.
Okay.
Actually, this one plays 2 voices at the same time.
So if you
This
turn
one,
one up, then it automatically subtracts from the other ones.
this one plays two, but it says 1, so I don't understand that.
Hmm.
What did you say?
I said if you go in and start messing with the settings there, does as you add one or another or one or two or three to one side, does it automatically visually subtract the number on the panel, but maybe it doesn't.
I don't know. I don't know. But
Yeah.
you should have 8, and right now it's only 3. So.
Okay.
But let's see if I change this. Okay, I can change between 0 and 1. Okay, so. Okay, that's strange. Let's check the next page. Pad mapping, base node. Okay, and there's USB 1, USB 2, USB 3. So I think there's it's transmitting over USB 2. I have to check that. But I usually don't use any of my gear as via USB as actually via USB, because it often makes noise. This one doesn't.
Yeah, because you're getting power from USB as well, right? Or are you using a power or a barrel connector?
Yeah, and in the same time, if you connect more devices via USB and want to use them all as an audio interface, you get in trouble with your setup. So especially if you change devices sometimes. So I don't use USB as audio interfaces except for the audio interface.
I don't either. I usually use it as MIDI or nothing.
Yeah, exactly. So. Yeah, MIDI or file transfer.
Yeah. Or occasionally power if you have no choice.
Yeah, that's true, but preferably not via the computer.
Like on my little Access controller, the little isomorphic controller. It's like the hex pad thing where it's got hex like a honeycomb keys.
Yeah.
In a weird matrix. It's a company called See-Through Music, and they had I got the cheaper one at the time. I should have bought the fancier one that had the pitch bend wheels and more controls on it, but it was just too much money at the time, and now they don't make them anymore. But that one is designed to be a USB controller, and there is one connector on it for everything, power, MIDI, whatever. So you have no choice but to use USB to even use it. And I found a workaround with a Y cable, like the old hard drive Y cables, used on a laptop. And there was an option to split that out so I could independently control the MIDI source as well as the power source.
Yeah.
And then it's much more powerful. But without the little Y cable thing, you're kind of screwed because you always have to use it with a computer, which I don't want to do.
Yeah. We talked about polyphonic aftertouch. It's in the settings, so yes, it's polyphonic aftertouch.
Okay. But not MPE, just polyphonic aftertouch.
I don't know.
Because there's a difference. It's probably just PAT.
Yeah, it doesn't mention MPE. Oh, that's the sense. I'm using the dim mode. I don't know how it will look if I turn it off. Oh, that's terrible. Also for my eyes.
And the built-in sequencing is okay?
I don't know. I'm I'm not there yet. But I
did it have a stored preset sequence? Do you have like a demo sequence?
It's depending on the scene. Each scene there, the sequence is programmed for each part of the scene.
But you can do live recording and step sequence, right?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not sure it's made for recording like that.
But then it can't be standalone.
Videos about that.
It has to have some kind of feature like that. Otherwise, you have to always hook it to something.
Yeah, I'm not sure it can record. That's
really?
What I mean. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Man.
It's a synthesizer. It's not a groove box.
No, I know, but you want to be able to record. A synthesizer has arpeggios you can
Yeah,
do
but
multiple arpeggios
on
and
on
lock
on
them or
a
latch them.
hydrosynth you can do an arp, but you can't program it. You can't
You can latch
record
it,
it.
so you can have one thing going while you play another
Yeah, you
thing.
can latch it here too. It's not a groove box. It's a synthesizer.
Yeah.
Um, but you can have arpeggio and you can have a sequencer on each part, and you can have both arpeggio and sequencer on that part.
Okay. So
Um,
then, yeah, and then it should be able to do a full thing on its own.
uh, so but it's not a groove box. It's a synthesizer.
No, I get it because it doesn't really have built-in drum sounds, right?
You load a sample and then you have it.
No, but I mean in a factory loaded.
Uh,
Because if it's a proper
yeah,
groove box,
yeah,
it would have that shit already in there. So
yeah, yeah. But not as a drum track. It's not how it works. But
right.
there are some factory patches with drums.
Oh, there
Drum
are. Okay.
kits. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, Perhaps I should try to browse to some of them. Let's see.
Yeah, have you played in the demos yet? Let's hear what the demos sound like.
Yeah, some of them, and some of them are terrible.
I'm sure they are. Hey, come on, they're free, right? So you
Yeah,
can't
and
complain when that part's
you
free.
even get one of the ones you can buy for free. To let's see, do we have anything? Notice the path changed completely, and
Yeah.
there are lots
The
of
layout,
different
yeah,
path
half and half
settings.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can also have a layout with only one, which controls all three at the same time.
Oh
Like
wow.
a unison.
Like a yeah, it's a stack.
Yeah, stack. Yeah. Let's try it
And you're getting velocity for timbre changes, right?
now.
Or at least
Yeah,
pressure, maybe, or
yeah.
something.
I can try to find one where I can do it.
Yeah.
That's aftertouch.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay, that's not much difference there.
Yeah, that's cool. And they're all tempo synced. So if you did 3 different buttons with your across the colors, you would get them all time synced. Try
Yeah,
one from
yeah,
each section at the same time.
yeah, yeah. There are some on some scenes it syncs perfectly. On others, it doesn't. Um,
Oh, like intentionally, probably,
but
right?
I haven't discovered a quantize function yet. So if I hit it at the
Mm.
wrong time, it will be the wrong beat or clock or what you call it.
Get that live feel.
Yeah, yeah. The problem is I can sound too live sometimes.
That's right. It's jazz, right? Freeform jazz.
Yeah. This one moves fine. Often when you have an arpeggiator and you can hit it at a wrong beat and then it's a little
And it's
bit
all
out of
goofed up.
sync.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but this one is perfect. Almost.
That's the thing. See, that's usually a lot of arpeggios do that. If you're off
Yeah.
by a little bit, you gotta
Yeah.
gets wonky.
Yeah.
And each section has its own scale,
Yeah.
potentially.
Yeah, and that can be a problem when you don't know the scale. But a thing I talked about earlier was that sometimes a part can it's not like an accordion where it's static. The notes are static. Sometimes a part can move the scales on all the other parts.
Yeah.
I'll let you know when I find one.
That's interesting how they did like a thin upper and lower on the left, and then the whole full on the right. That's an interesting layout.
Yeah.
I forgot, where's Polyend from?
Poland, I think.
Poland? Yeah.
I have to look it up. Hang on.
I know the European something or other. So.
Yeah, they are.
All the guys had accents when I talked to them.
They're from Poland. Yeah.
Okay. Are the most of the synths you've been playing, are those mostly VAs, or are they, what kind of engines are they?
I don't know. I've tried a lot of different ones, and I don't know how it's built yet. I haven't read a lot about it.
But it has FM as well, right?
Yes, it does. It does. Yeah, and it also has the Casio phase modulation.
Oh, it has the CZ stuff. Oh, cool. I forgot about that.
But when I played it before, I didn't think I heard any presets that sounded like Casio-like. So
well, they can still be using that engine. They just don't sound like some of the typical presets. Like I have that one make noise module called Telharmonic, and one of the engines on it is a CZ engine. But man, there's some whacked out sounds in there that are fun. Nothing like a Casio CZ that I've heard. That's cool.
Yeah.
So that one on the right, if you vary the pressure, does it change sound a lot?
also these patches should all have the same level.
Yeah.
When we do sound libraries, it's important that every patch has the same level. So,
yeah. Unless you design as an ensemble, where some are supposed to be lower.
Yeah, yeah. Notice that it changes the scale.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
So sometimes they're interactive and sometimes they're not.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, interesting. That one on the bottom's a little harsh, at least over the headphones.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of steps all over everything.
Yeah, it's not overdriven here, but it's probably the sound.
Almost like a Nitzer Ebb thing.
Yeah, that's a way to make rhythms. And let's see.
How do you get the changes above to commit to the layer you're playing with?
To what?
So they're live tweaks, but what if you like it the way you last left it? Is there a way to commit it?
I can save the scene.
You just have to save the whole scene, right? Okay.
Yeah.
What can you save different scenes and switch between them?
Yeah, but you have. Oh, I didn't change it. Yeah, but you have to name them something close, so you don't have to browse.
I can't tell. What's the interface for knowing what scene you're in? It's just on the screen.
It's like this. So it's you are browsing. So if you want something that fits together, you can't switch just by pushing up or down.
Really? Okay.
You have to browse. So that's
that's kind of awkward. For doing live stuff, that's kind of awkward.
But also, when you change scene, if there's an effect going, it will cut off. So you will lose the tails on reverbs and stuff like that when you switch.
So they have scenes, but there's is there a song mode?
No, it's not a groove box.
Okay.
It's a synthesizer.
No, I know. Well, I mean, some of the Electron stuff isn't a groove box either, but it has a song mode at least. So.
Yeah, but this one is only a synthesizer.
Yeah. It just seems if you're going to give scenes, you want to be able to switch between them for live stuff, right?
Yes. But you can do that. I'm quite sure you can do it by MIDI. So if you have another controller next to it, you can do lots of stuff. Let's see. They describe any of the MIDI here. No, it seems not. You have to look that up. The modulation is described, but not the CC and Sussex. You have to look that up.
I wonder what the roadmap, if they're going to eventually add some of that extra stuff, just so people can be happier, not having to use extra gear with it all the time.
Yeah. But most people have some extra gear, so
No, I
For
know, but I mean,
example,
sometimes a one box jam can be pretty amazing, even if it's not a groove box.
yeah,
You know.
yeah, yeah.
Like for example, on some of the Yamaha stuff, you have the scene modes, right?
Yeah.
And you can morph between them. Like on a CS1X or AN1X, you can choose between a couple different scenes and morph between them. And those are
Yeah.
not groove boxes; they're
Uh,
synths. So
yeah.
they could easily do something
You,
like that, but it sounds like they haven't.
yeah. You can't do that on this one. That's not possible.
Hope they add that.
Yeah, but
They could add it in software. It's just a simple tweak.
yeah, yeah. Unless if the patch is already advanced, then it will start clicking.
It might have a glitch, so that's the thing. Maybe
Yeah,
they decide
yeah,
not to do it because they have a
yeah,
when it goes between
yeah. Exactly,
layers.
exactly. Um, it does what it does very well. There
Yeah.
are some bugs, but it does what it does very well, and to expand on that, I think it will be difficult if it has to continue doing that well.
Yeah. Have you tried hooking it to a drum machine of some kind and see if the MIDI clock works well?
Not yet, not yet.
No.
But I will. Um, but first I have to learn it, and then I will connect it to more.
And that layout right there, that patch, would be perfect. Then you just bring in a drum machine of some kind, and you're all set. So
Yeah, yeah, that's for sure.
that bass part sounded a little bit nasally to me. Is that how it comes out, or is that just how I hear it over the stream?
Oh, that's
It's a little
patch
thin and
which
nasally.
is yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But there are sounds which are really bassy, so
Yeah.
it's
So
how
they did it
it's
on
made.
purpose. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Because it's a synth, do they have like an 808 type mode where you can tweak those sounds?
Oh, hang on.
Some kind of boomy, bassy.
808 mode. What did you say?
Yeah, so because 808's basically a synth, right? So do they have kind of an 808 type sound on there? You can get like really boom, 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 and dial it, bow, 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 bow. You know, you get
I don't know
the
yet.
kick drum
I don't know yet. I don't know. But we can browse the engines. ACD is like an analog thing, and FAT is something like that too, where it's fat. We can try that. I think we can make a fat bass on that one. Let's see, fat. I'll try another engine. Let's try the ACD. We didn't try it. And again, it's the sequence for this scene that I loaded before. I'm only browsing the engine, this engine.
That's got kind of a like an 808 thing.
Okay, let's try another engine.
And all the knobs above, are they hard-coded function all the time, or they change per layer?
These 9 are for what's on the screen, which is in a matrix of 3 by 3.
Okay.
So that's for that, and then there are these 3 macros, and then there's volume, tempo, and pitch bend. I haven't tried the pitch bend. Oh, that was the tempo. It's just a pitch bend in a in a pot.
There's no knob, no wheels, so they have the knobs for it.
Yeah.
Pitch bend mod. Yeah.
Let's try browsing this one. These are samples. It's an engine called Waves.
Okay.
Let's move on to the web engine.
So waves would be what you load off your card, or is that?
Yeah. I'm still not sure about how to do it, because when I backed up the SD card before starting to using it, I didn't see wave files as normal wave files. So I have to find out how to convert them, if it's something that's done.
It doesn't just make a waves folder on there for you, and then you just drag and drop them?
Not as I remember it. I have to double check it. Let's continue with the web.
So I'm wondering, like on Tenorion, you have you can load your samples on there, but they have to be a certain bit rate. And
so far the samples I've seen, I have seen some wave files, but I think I saw them somewhere else. They are 16
because some things are really specific. It's like 16-bit wave stereo or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. 16-bit. What was it? Mono. I don't know if it takes stereo samples. There's a lot of things I have to try.
Probably not. Yeah.
Probably not. They probably just merge them or take the one of the sides. I have to see if I run some EQ here. No, I do not. it has some subs there. If you can't hear it, then it's either Ecamm or YouTube that doesn't reproduce it.
That's what I'm guessing, because there's certain things that are very quiet or really non-existent. So
yeah, but it was deep. Okay, let's try the next engine. It's called What the Fuck M or Wavetable, I think.
I like the first one.
It's not all we can hear because it's running in a sequence and the attacks are probably...
Yeah, it's getting clipped, yeah, because of the attacks, yeah, right. Yeah.
Still don't feel I'm not hearing the DX bass sound.
Yeah, there's some real noisy sounds too.
It's more like that. Yeah, that's different. Then there's an engine called PMD, phase modulate. I don't know.
That's the Casio one, phase modulation.
No, it's not. It's coming later. Again, PMD. I don't know if it is about phase modulation.
I'm sorry, phase distortion. Phase distortion is Casio.
Yeah. And then the Casio, the PHC.
Oh yeah, some of those are dead on. There's a fair amount of phase distortion that overlaps with the Yamaha DX sound as well. It's different engine, but you end up with a similar result.
Yeah. But isn't Yamaha, isn't it actually phase modulation and not frequency modulation?
Yeah, it's not a pure FM thing supposedly. But what's funny is, in fact, as they went to the later VZ series, called, instead of PD, it was IPD, interactive phase distortion, and it was a little more advanced than the CZ line, and some of those patches on there are dead on DX7 type sounds.
Yeah.
On a Casio. It was pretty wild.
Yeah. Okay, let's continue. that's the cashew ones. Then the grain. We have been here, but we haven't heard them all. Yeah, perhaps I should make them on. Okay, I'll turn off the sequencer. Let's see, off.
Oops. Drop the phone. Drop the phone.
Why is it playing that when I turn off the sequencer? Off. Okay, now it went back to the face. I don't know what it does. Now it's back on the grains. Perhaps, let's see. I would like to change the scene here.
So when you're in the grain mode,
yeah,
how do you know which knob does like grain size, grain position, all that kind of stuff?
How I know? I don't. That's
okay.
a problem, and it is a problem, I think.
Yeah.
So I wish that was easier. Now it's back in. That's a bug. Now it's back in the cashew engine, and I was browsing the grain. And also, when I'm browsing something, it always returns to the top if I select something and want to continue browsing, then it's at the top.
Is this the latest firmware?
Yeah.
Right.
So I hope they fix that.
You do some industrial music now.
Yeah.
Robin Gristle and a bunch of...
Yeah. It's clicking a little bit. If it's a sample or the patch, I don't know.
Could be a poor loop.
Yeah, could be.
I learned the hard way on the Emacs too with the looping by ear.
Yeah.
And eventually you could do a crossfade loop if you really needed to, but trying to loop it manually and not getting clicks and pops was definitely an art form.
Yeah, yeah. But again, it's not that difficult. It's to find the click and then go back. So
no, sometimes it is trickier than you think because it's still hitting a weird point. Because when you don't have a visual cue and you're doing it purely by ear, you just have to keep going until it goes, and sometimes it takes a while to find it.
Yeah, yeah, and sometimes you can't hear the click, that the click exists on a note, on a higher note or lower note. So you have to play all the notes.
You have to jump around to try it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
that's why I don't sample as much as I used to. It's a pain in the ass sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder if these are actually let's remember dubcheck I wonder if they are mono from the start. This one sounds like stereo, but is it because of the pan spread it's here? Is that? It's still stereo, right?
I only have one earbud in. I can't hear it.
Okay. Now it's surely stereo, but it could be because of an effect. I don't know. Let's keep it. Will browse on, and it was. Oh, the grains when I browse those. Look how the browser acts.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like it's trying to make a preview, but it doesn't make a preview. And it spends time on something it shouldn't spend time on. But of course, I can play it here and play the next. And it's because it loads it, but it should wait a quarter of a second before it loads, so you could browse.
So other than the pad you hit last, like for the three different groups, other than the pad you hit last, so you know which section you're working on, what does it show you on the screen so you know you're in a different instrument? What does it tell you on there? Because I can't see that part of the screen. So
while I'm browsing, I can't. And if I exit the browser, it will.
So like right now, you've been playing with the yellow or orange or whatever they are.
Yeah,
if you play with the purple at the bottom now, does it change?
Yellow. The presets is.
It is yellow. Okay.
Okay, let's exit.
So if you don't exit and just hit another pad section, what happens?
Now I'm on and on. Let's see. Now it's blue. Preset,
okay.
The text preset. And if I take the magenta one, now it's magenta. So.
Okay.
So that's how you see which one you're on.
But you always have to exit to do that change.
Yeah, because right now these buttons functions as a menu, unless you can do something with shift. Let's see if you can. No, then it turns to save as.
Okay.
Okay. So you can't do that. What was it? Let's try the next engine now. We have tried enough of the grains. DWA. I'm not sure what it is. Let's see. Oh, the browser is heavy. It's overloaded. This one didn't turn. Oh, I'm on another. Now I'm back there, and now the grain is selected, which I had before. I don't know why it is now, because the other times it went to the casual one. Okay, down to DWA, and let's see. Ooh. Interesting. I like that. I have to see that engine. Let's see. And now I forgot it. Okay, back.
Is there any way without getting the manual out to see what the engine is? Is like a quick description page or anything?
It's not that quick. It's all these text boxes. So there ACD, it's a stupid text. Instead of saying it short in the first line, they make a long story. ACD transports you back to the golden age of. I don't want to hear all that. I want to know what the engine is.
I'm trying to give you flowery language.
Yeah. FAT is a powerhouse synth engine. WTFM is a unique two-operator FM synth. WAP is a virtual analog polysynth. PHC, classic phase distortion tones, and PMD, classic physical modeling synthesis.
That's cool.
WOWS is a unique wavetable synthesizer engine, and granular synth engine, of course. And then the manual is not updated, so it's old. So
yeah.
That's all that I mentioned there. What I wanted to see here was.
So you have what? Is it 8 engines, 10 engines? I lost count. How many engines do you have?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the last one is MIDI.
Cool.
Wonder what you.
That's nice. That's a lot.
Yeah. And we are on the DVA.
Music there.
Yeah.
It's extreme flanger settings there.
Yeah.
Definitely has some good experimental stuff in it. I mean, it's it'll be a lot of fun to play with.
Also because I do patches, and it's good to have something to make a basic sample on.
Oh wow.
Something
whacked out drum and bass,
dynamic wave or something like that. DWA.
Excuse me. Maybe they're copying like the Korg DWGS kind of waves from the DW8000 or something like that. It's like some Charlie Clouser stuff there. Watch American Horror Story. There's a lot of sounds like that.
Yeah.
Does it have any kind of randomization stuff in it that you know of?
I don't know.
Okay. So it's already pretty experimental. Randomization will be like icing on the cake.
Yeah, I can see under modulation. You can't do that. LFO. You don't have that many sources. Destinations. Plenty of destinations, but not any random sources.
Yeah.
So,
or just like a random patch generator kind of thing.
Yeah. Let's see. There are
Because I think,
more pages.
if I remember correctly, doesn't Hydrosynth have that on it? Randomizer function on it, I thought.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah.
Where you can randomize a parameter or a patch or.
Exactly. Yeah, that's very powerful.
Yeah. Let's see.
I mean, it can create total garbage, but it can also create some magic. So.
Yeah. It's only 6 modulations per part. Slots, 6 modulation slots, and apparently no random, but let's see, it will probably come Monday. I'm sure it will, if somebody asks for it.
Is there a software editor for it yet?
No.
Okay, so they could do it in that if they needed to.
Yeah. But I don't know if the sequencer can do anything like that.
Because I use even older romplers and stuff like the Korg 01W and other stuff were even more magical after Sound Tower had an editor that had patch genetics in it. And so it's like smart random. It's not just totally random. You could decide what part gets randomized and then use that as a seed for patch genetics for other patches.
Yeah.
So within a couple minutes, you could generate hundreds of patches, jump through them very quickly, and quickly identify the good ones and throw away the garbage.
At the LFOs, there are some random shift and hold, but
they would have to be sample and hold stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but there's no way to smooth it, so it's.
The sample and hold is basically just a noise source anyway, but.
Yeah, it just samples the noise at a random. It samples it, and then the value is random.
Yeah.
Compared to the previous one. So there are something, but it's in the LFO, and you have 2 LFOs. Let's see. I have to play with all this. On Saturday when I do a noise stream, I will start from scratch and not use a finished scene, but simply make one from scratch.
Yeah.
That will be fun.
You gonna do your normal time on Saturday, or what are you gonna do?
Yeah, 8 o'clock UK time.
Okay.
So and
We'll see if I may or may not be around. I'll try and see if I can check it out. But actually, my battery's getting low on my phone now. I don't want it to cut out on me, so got to run anyway. I got to do some errands and stuff. But it's been fun. Yeah. Thanks for the demo, and that's pretty cool. You definitely sold me on it. I was already kind of on the fence about it from some people doing demos a few months ago, and I just totally forgot about some of the cool things it does. So it's definitely something to consider.
Yeah,
when I finally get some extra scratch.
It's really worth it. And just remember, it's a synthesizer. It's not a groove box, but
Yeah,
it
of
can
course.
act a bit like a groove box.
Yeah, you can load your sample drums in there and stuff. So,
Yeah.
um, but it doesn't. You don't allocate. You don't access them like you would on a groove box that has the 16 parts.
No. No.
So you have the individual drum hits and stuff. But yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna take off. So thanks again.
Yeah.
And sorry I didn't have the chat room up there. I wasn't able to engage with chatties, but hope everyone's doing okay out there. And I'll see you guys somewhere along the line.
Yeah. Yeah. See
Thanks.
you hopefully Saturday.
Catch you later.
Or are you at the mall then?
No, that's I'm leaving next week for that. So
okay. Okay.
So I'll be at Ramsey on Saturday and the usual.
Okay. I will probably
stuff,
be
but,
shopping at that time, so I may not.
Yeah, it's a weird time for a lot of people. It's even a weird time for me, but I got used to getting up early to do it. So
yeah.
Get 1 or 2 hours sleep before the show and take a bail nap afterward. But it's good fun. So
yeah, it is. So
something worth sacrificing your sleep for sure.
Yeah, but say hello to Ramsey from me.
Will do. Thanks.
Yeah. See you.
All right. Catch you later. See you, everybody.
Bye-bye. Yeah. And then I will play on. Let's remove that one. Let's see. One thing I've noticed about the Polyend synth, especially in other people's videos, is that fingerprints, greasy stuff and dust, it really attracts this synthesizer. So the surface, it's easy to clean, but still it's magnetic to dust and dirt. Okay, now I want to find a scene where I have the complete keyboard free, because I want to play a little different. Let's see. It may take some time to find. It would be nice if there was some graphic here at the end of the text field, list field, that showed what kind of layout it is, instead of you have to go through all this. Sounds great. reminds me that I really haven't used the night verb today. So the synth has a beautiful reverb. I haven't played with the other effects yet. That will be later. Right now I like this patch. be an LFO, which makes this because I turned down the tempo to 19, and it's kept running at that high speed. So let's see frequency. That sound reminds me a little bit of something from Space in 1999. That mono echo repeated so fast in a bucket brigade relay that it sounds a bit like reverb, but it isn't. Yeah. Well, 3 hours, it's a long time, so let's stop for today. I will be back Saturday around 8 p.m. UK time, and I will continue with the Polyend Synth, and I will make some patches from scratch. I will try to sync it with some other gear and maybe run it through some other gear too. So that will be Saturday. I hope you enjoyed the show today. It was surely fun. 3 hours went quite fast, thanks to Andy for being here and thanks to the chatters. It wasn't thousands of viewers today, but those who came stayed, most of them. Okay. Good night, everybody. Have a nice. I don't know if everybody is having a holy day tomorrow, but have a nice day tomorrow, at least. We are having a holy day here, or holiday. We don't some do, but we don't take it too holy. We just enjoy that it's a day off. But enough of that. Yeah. Have a great day, night or evening or morning or whatever it is where you are, and see you Saturday, hopefully. Bye bye.